Seemed like today was pretty intense. Did you like what you saw?
I did. I loved it. It was very intense. We got after it pretty good, which we thought we would. And just a lot of fun. I think, when we challenge ourselves like that, it's the only way you really get better. And so many guys did a good job, man. I thought it was a great practice.
What's the hardest you've ever gone the first day? I know you usually you say the first day is like kind of a lighter day, or are you doing 2 days this year?
I'm not doing 2 days, but we did go hard. We really did. And I'm the kind of, when you give me all you got, I don't know how long it's going to be. It just depends on how hard you go, to be honest with you. And they got after it from the very beginning until the end.
What does going hard look like? I assume you guys set that up by design. Was it just a lot of scrimmaging or just a lot of running?
Well, today was, we pretty much all defense. Obviously you scrimmage, so there's offense involved, but I didn't like put in any sets. I didn't like doing. It was all defense. We are without a doubt a defense first team. So you got to spend time working on who you are. At the very start. So. It was pretty much 90% defense today, and our pressure and our physicality and just the things that we hang our hat on. So those are always really hard practices,
What would be a successful training camp? What is your metric for if we do this, we had a good camp?
Well, the very first thing is just staying healthy, and that's always difficult because as hard as you want to practice, and as we all know in the NBA, after the first 3 weeks after the season starts, there's not a lot of real practice time. So you got to get a lot in, So we're going to go extremely hard the entire time. And a successful training camp to me is one, we're 100% comfortable with how we're going to play on both sides of the ball. These guys get to know each other on the court a lot more. We're locked in and loaded to what we're doing, and I think that today was just a good start.
When will you try to implement those new offensive schemes? How long does it usually take for a team to get used to that?
Well, we have a lot of, some of our offensive things, and we just don't, building the package out, if you will. I'll start doing some of it tomorrow, but it just kind of be a slow thing. Most important is our pace and our speed and not the play. Sometimes when you put a lot of plays in, it just slows you down. You start thinking about this cut, that cut, let me get in this spot. It just slows you down. So more than anything, we just kind of need to go and just kind of figure it out.
How do you go about implementing that? Will you work in like a few sets a day or a few sets a week?
It may be 1 or 2 every day or 2, to be honest. Obviously got to have your side out of bounds stuff in, your baseline out of bounds stuff. You start putting those things in. It just helps your scrimmage go better anyway. But we'll, you got it planned out, pretty much already to figure out when we'll do it.
And percentage-wise, what were they able to pick up before, during the last 3 weeks or whatever? Percentage, 30% of the playbook, 50% of what
No,
you
not much of the playbook at all. It was more just as we scrimmaged, just trying to learn how fast we want to play, and what we will do, once we get advantages. It was more that than, I didn't want it to feel like it's voluntary, so I never wanted it to feel like practice. We kind of playing pickup every day. I really want that time to just be them getting to know each other. So you don't have to start that process today, So as far as the technical things, we kind of starting all of that now.
Even though he's new, Drew's got so many years in the league. Does he ever look like he's new or maybe he's trying to get the speed?
No, you can stick Drew on any team in any part of the world, and he's going to know what to do, how to play, how to make players better, how to guard. He's gifted like that, and he's so experienced. Obviously, two-time champion and has done it all. He's done everything you can do in the sport, and he still is hungry to keep getting better, and to stay at that level, which I love.
It's made about his work ethic on defense. Was there any specific examples of where that showed through in today's practice?
Well, he's picking up the ball. He caused a lot of turnovers today just with his hands and his physicality. He knows when to switch, he's just so far ahead. thinking the game based on his experience. So he makes the game pretty easy for everybody out there. You know, he puts you in the right positions offensively and defensively. And we just haven't, quite frankly, we haven't had a guy like that.
Just picking up full court and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a major point today when you're sloughing off your guy, you're not really defending, you're not doing anything. Just how important is putting pressure on the ball for everyone?
Yeah, Brooke, that's going to be important for us. You know, we want to be disruptive. It's the only chance that we have of competing in this Western Conference. This Western Conference is crazy. And the only chance we have is to apply pressure and be physical and try to win the margins, you know. So I'll always be on our guys about just pressuring. You know, we don't make people uncomfortable.
Any comments on Henson on his first day with the team? Like what you observe and see from him, and what are some things that you think that he needs to, you know, work on defense?
Yeah, he did a good job. You know, he did a good job. He worked really hard. I thought offensively, he set some pretty good screens. You know, some playmaking abilities out there, but the game is moving really fast. And I'm quite sure he hasn't, you know, he's not used to the speed of our game yet, but his feel is really high, his IQ is really high, so he doesn't look out of sorts, if you will, you know. And then defensively, he had a big-time block, you know, which I'm on him about, you know, his rim protection and being in the right position. Because with his size, he should be able to get there and make plays. And he's going to be really, really good at it. But he had a good block, you know. He had some good rebounds, so I thought he had a good day.
How's the communication with him?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I mean, I only had to, you know, I stopped it for a lot of different reasons today. He was a little confused on one of the plays that I had to stop and kind of walk through it. But that's kind of, I do that with everybody. It's not just him. I do it with people that understand English very well.
Yeah.
You know, it's just teaching, you know.
Basketball is kind of an international
It's a universal language, baby.
Coach, I noticed the back of your shirt, it said make him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think, what's that about?
So it's just kind of, I always kind of have a word every year that I think will be our barometer for our team. And my word for us this year is just uncomfortable. You know, we want to make people uncomfortable. And obviously defensively, that's our pressure and our physicality. Offensively, it's, you know, our speed and, you know, just getting in that paint and kind of mixing it up and our crashing, the offensive glass. I just think those things make people very uncomfortable. And again, it's who we have to be, you know, if we're going to be any good.
You said that rebounding was so important to what you want to do offensively.
Yeah.
How do you make someone a good? I mean, my experience is either you're a rebounder or you're not. Like, how do you get that contagious through the team? Yeah,
it's something that we focused a ton on today. And our offensive rebounding thing, you know, you have your rules in, and people that has to go, and when you don't go, you call them out, you know, all of the coaching things. But then defensively was where we really struggled last year, where if we want to compete in any of these games, we're going to have to rebound and be able to go. We need possessions. So it's something we just have to be intentional about, man. It's just, I'm coaching it hard every day. We're going over it. It's not easy to work on those things because it's a fight in there. You know, you in there crashing, elbows, all of the things.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get anybody hurt, but I also don't want to get out-rebounded every night, you know. So it's a main focus of ours, man. But I do agree with you. Like, there's some guys you don't have to teach or coach at all on rebounding. Like, Donovan Clingan is an elite offensive rebounder. I didn't teach him that. He's got a gift at it. You know, Tamani, these guys have gifts. But then there's some guys that you have to be intentional about teaching them that their responsibility is to go.
It's a mindset thing, you think, or like
I
fundamental
do think,
thing? Or?
I think it's more mindset than anything.
Mindset,
Yeah. But it's difficult, man. It really is.
Yeah.
We'll be fighting this all year, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's difficult.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys. Good to see y'all, man.